Hey. Alright, it has been 43 days since we bred Dolly in October. We're going to send out her second blood test to see if she's pregnant this time after another round of AI. Our first attempt came in the middle of summer, came back negative, so we had to wait a little while, get her condition up, and then do another round of AI. If this doesn't work, we won't be able to get her bred this year. We're going to have her take a year off. We prefer to have a spring or summer calf and not one that comes next winter. Alright, blood test is all ready to go. We'll get our results back in about a week. You wanna hold? So Maisy has a tight harness on her. We've put 2 different harnesses on her this year. Something that was smaller than a calf, and then we had a calf one, and then we've got a yearling one to put on her now. And she's only 6 months old, but this one's getting tight. We're trying to get it off of her, and she keeps running away every time we try to get it. So we're gonna try to give her a little treat here and see if she'll let us take it off of her. We don't necessarily need a harness on them, but it's just nice to have it there in case we do need to try to do some lead rope with her and eventually train her so we can have her a little more calm around us. There you go. Hey, it came off. Good job. So we have a couple options for winter. We could either build Maisy a new house, or we could move her in and have a divided stall so that we could keep her separate from Dolly at night. But some have said that she'll continue to try to nurse, but it's been about 6-7 weeks. So we're curious if we put her back in with her mom. She's out of the cow yard. If she's now weaned and wouldn't try to drink anymore. Here we go. So that's something we want to try to figure out. We can put her back in and not have to build a separate house. Okay, she's in. Okay.
Come on, Isaiah.
Let's see what they do. So what do you think's gonna happen, Becky? Think she'll try to nurse, or think they'll be all right now?
I think she will. I don't think it's been long enough.
Maybe can.
Don't you do it!
Yet?
Dang it! Nope, 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 nope. That's a bad idea. All right, bad idea. We gotta separate her out. That means we gotta build her a house. You can't keep her in there. Okay, how do we separate Maisy? I'm gonna have to get the car in here and like separate her. Well, tonight, we can't get them separated right now, but tonight we'll have to do it at dark. All right, so we got Dolly in, we got Maisy. Move over into the other stall so we can put her new harness on. You wanna try to give her a snack while I put this on? Oh gosh. Oh, we don't have that. No, this is the bottom. That's the bottom. I'm gonna try to hold her. Can you bring that up? Just hang on, I can do amazing things. Okay, we're gonna lead her to her area now. Stubborn girl. Here, I'll come behind. I'll come behind. You lead. You lead. You go in front. You lead. You walk out. The gate's open. Go ahead.
Come on, girl.
Go. Go. Come on, Maisy. Almost there.
Come on, girl.
Almost there.
Right in here. Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on, Maisy. Almost in. Please don't kick me. Come on. Big fluff ball, huh? So the next project we want to work on is for Maisy. We want to get her a shelter, and in general we want to get a shelter done for the cows so we can move them around the pasture and not have them locked into the dairy barn, the hay barn. Now, of course, we're gonna keep Dolly there as long as we are milking her. But next summer, we'll hope to dry off Dolly so we can put her back with Maisy out in the field and be able to free up their current area and allow things to grow back. So what we wanna do over the next couple of days, build a shelter for Maisy. I've got all the supplies over here. I've got a bunch of treated lumber. I've got some metal sheeting. So I'm gonna get it laid out over here and then start to work on it. Please don't eat my drill. Don't eat it. Don't eat it. Well, I got some good progress made last night on Maisy's house out here. Got it all framed in, put together, and it's ready to rock. Now we just need to put a roof on it, put sides on it, and we can take it out to her. Right now I'm working on the roof. I'm getting all the, oh, you're gonna lay right there? Working on my roof right over here. And you're just gonna lay down on it, huh? I might have to move you here in a minute. Now, as I'm working on the roof trusses, I've got a little assembly line going. So right now I'm making the notch. I'm drawing the notch and then making the cut where it'll set right on the outside of the house for Maisy. Now the second one's all ready to go. I can get them lined up and screw them together. After that's screwed in, I made these models for support. All right, so that one's done. I've got 4 done. I've got 5 more to go. And we can put the roof onto this guy. Pigeons are flying overhead. So now we're ready to start working on the roof, get the metal sheeting up there and start to cover this whole thing in.
Look what we got! Yay! This door is so big.
Excited?
Well, let's try it out.
Okay, this is the cream separator from Maisy that Mini Supply sent us. They make these products in Turkey, so that's why the other language on here. All right, well, we're gonna do some more with this cream separator here in a little bit, but we need to get our milk first. So we're gonna go out and do the chores. Got some food scraps for the pigs. Let's get outside, get some milk, and we'll separate some cream. There's Amber. Say black copper maroon.
It's a black marking man.
How are the hook bills doing? You want to see the hook bills? You trying to catch one? Yeah, I don't know if I messed with them. Got a quail egg. Who wants to get it out?
These are the chicks we hatched out from the Chamanis and Americanas. We put them out in the yard so they can get some fresh air and fresh grass today.
Because they were outgrowing this brooder.
But they're still too little to put them in with the main flock because they can fit through the fence.
There's Amber's little baby.
A little Americana chick.
They're a little Americana.
And then here's one of our Chamani pullets. So every day with the pigeons we let the homers out and they get to fly around the property. We keep the 2 other pigeons, we called them rollers in the video just because that's what the seller told us. But some people have told us that they're either Dutch or German owls. All right, it's time to go milk the cow. You ready?
Yep.
Let's do it. We're gonna get Dolly cleaned up so we can start to milk her with the machine, and then we'll get a little bit of first milk out. We've got our Maisy milk machine, so Becky will turn that on and then we'll start to milk. The nice thing about the milk machine is that we can multitask, and so we can clean up the poop at the same time, clean out the stall, get the hay ready for tonight while we're milking. You're doing a great job, hon.
Thank you.
We're all done milking, so we're gonna clean up. All right, Becky, you ready to talk about our results?
Yeah.
I know this is kind of a weird position, but what better way to talk about Dolly's results? We got her blood tested a few weeks ago, and unfortunately we kind of expected it because we had been seeing her cycle again after the test and thought she was probably open, and sure enough, she is open. So she did not get pregnant this year with the 2 rounds of AI, of artificial insemination, that we tried on her. And I know we were frustrated in the last video with her.
Should we do AI again? Should we get another cow?
But we're really not interested in selling her at this time. We're not giving up on her, but we're not gonna get her pregnant next year. Next year she'll just get the year off. After we dry her off sometime in the spring, then she'll just get the next year to be out in the pasture with Maisy. They'll use that house hopefully to share it and be out on pasture, and they'll just get she'll get the year to recover. And
she needs to gain some weight, some health back, because she is just not healthy enough to get pregnant. And if we try to get her pregnant again right now, it would be the wrong time of year. So that's why we're kind of waiting.
We've had some offers from some viewers for a bowl for a Jersey bowl, a mini Jersey bowl, and we really appreciate that. We're not currently set up for that, and we also don't want to get Dolly pregnant right now, but next year we may be open to something like that. So next year we may go that route just because the AI has been challenging to get it to work. All right, so we're back in the house. We're ready to test out our Maisy cream separator. We're gonna turn it on to warm it up. Go ahead and turn it on. We run it for 60 seconds to warm up the motor, and then we're gonna run some warm water through it to warm up the inside.
Sounds like an airplane.
So it's all coming through the bottom part. That's where the milk will come out, and this is where the cream will come out. Now Becky's pouring in the milk, and so this way we can clean it if there's any hairs or any dirt in here first before we send it through the separator. Now Becky's pouring in the milk. It's still plugged up, so it shouldn't flow through here yet. Turn the plug a little bit, and then I'll start to send it through the two. There's the cream.
Unplug it.
So typically we get about a quart of cream every day that we separate. We hand skim with this spoon off the top after letting it sit in the fridge for a day. So we're interested to see how much cream we actually get today, because so far I haven't gotten much. So this is pretty interesting. We've got cream all along this little reservoir here, and it's just sitting in there. It's pretty thick, so it's just taking a long time to drip down. We'll have to figure out if there's any way to speed that up. We got all of our milk separated. Typically we have to wait a day. Oh man, we just opened it up. There's so much of our cream is right here on the inside. It's so thick. Well, that's where all the cream went. But thank you so much to MIDI Supply for sending this to us. This will be fun to experiment with and to skim our cream with. And we'll have a link to their website to this product if you want to check it out. And this is something that we've posted on our social media and community posts. We've been working on a calendar, and we've got some of our best pictures from the year. We've got some stories in here, and then some extras. We signed the outside, and we've got some feathers on the inside. We've got one of Bamboo's feathers here on this one. And you guys have been awesome. You've been ordering some of these calendars. We got a whole stack of them to take to the post office this morning. We've got a few left if you want to grab some to have these ready to hang on your wall for 2021.
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you.
You ready to go? Ooh, I stayed up late last night, like really late, to get this house done. I was just too excited to get it done. Knew we had to get it moved out there today. It's looking cool. Back here, we decided to do a little bit of a design feature, took a little bit of a risk. Instead of putting the metal all the way up, decided to put some, not tarp, it's like the hard material you'd put on a greenhouse. And so it'll give some light inside. Some little hookups, so I can hook it to the UTV. Oh, I already hooked them up. Good job, buddy. And then inside, mineral feeder. We've got a place to stack hay for Maisy back here. Right now we've got the front open. We're debating on it. We'll see how it goes with rain and snow, if we need to do something to close off part of it so you can have like an area to go hide behind from the snow, wind, and rain, stuff like that. But right now, we need to see if this thing will move. We've got a long ways to take it down to Maisy's yard, and the weather's getting colder, so this will be a perfect time to get her some shelter.
excited about that, but it's a little bowed in. It was so low to the ground that it pulled the ground with it. I should have made the boards on the side a little lower than everything else, and I didn't do it quite low enough. I think I can lift it just enough to get a piece of wood under, and it'll move it back.
Okay.
Hey, Billy. Oh, look. Hey, Maisy. Come on, Maisy. Here's Maisy. Oh. Come on in.
Oh. This is the first time Maisy's getting minerals. She has been separated from her mom and she hasn't been getting any milk. So we haven't fed her anything but hay and grass. So we want to make sure she got enough minerals.
Well, I'm excited that this thing held together. I did my best to put some structural screws all the way around so it wouldn't pull apart as I pulled it down the hill. I'm really glad that it held itself together. I may have to come up with some way to get it a little bit more off the ground. And we hope you guys, let's do Merry Christmas, everyone. This is where we're gonna end the video. This was the original end, but a few minutes later after we were all done, things got really bad. Merry Christmas, everyone.
I'm inside and I looked through the window and I saw Maisy's barn fly over.
It just got really windy, and look at this.
I ran out there and I was trying to get Jake's attention. He was hooking up the ATV to the trailer and I saw it flying and then it started scooting down the hill towards the pond. I was like, oh, if it gets in the pond, it's gone. So I was like, we gotta get down there where you just gotta catch it or hook it onto the ATV just to stop it.
Think we can use it at all?
Oh man, I feel so bad for you. I think it could still be usable, but I don't know how you're gonna get it to stay. So it wasn't very long and the wind took it and blew it over. It's really destroyed.
And that's why I ran out to tell Mom. Mom and me ran down and Dad drive the UTV to get down here.
Daddy's out there debating. It's so cold and windy.
And just like that, we're gonna start over. The sides are pretty good. I think the bottom, for the most part's fine. The back, everything's fine but the roof. I'm gonna have to rip the roof off, start over, which luckily that was kind of easier than putting the metal on the side. So the only problem is I'm gonna have to figure out a way to put weight at the bottom because it's just too top heavy, but just like that, it fell apart. Gotta start over.